What's up, guys? Welcome to Among the Fence, and thank you for joining me on a Request Wednesday. If it's your first time seeing my channel or one of my videos, my name is Aaron, and I do music reviews. If you got anything you want me to review, new, old, album, EP, single, whatever, go ahead and leave a comment below letting me know what it is, and we'll throw it up on the whiteboard, and it'll be featured on a Request Wednesday. But for today, we're going to be checking out the song Self Destructor by the band Chevelle. Chevelle is an alternative hard rock band that consists of two brothers, Pete and Sam Loeffler. I believe that's how you say their last name. They are from Illinois. They started about 1994. And Self Destructor is the first single off of their upcoming album called Neuridius. I believe that's how you say it. And it is going to be their 9th studio album. And Self Destructor was also written back in like 2019, even though it does kind of fit the current times, which is kind of weird. Now, I've been a fan of Chevelle since about 2005. I believe that's the first time I heard the song The Red or Red. I believe that's about the time it came out. And there was a point in my life between like 2008 to 2012, about a 4-year time span, where at least once a day I listened to one of the songs off of like their first 4 albums. I was obsessed with this band. And if there's anything I got to give them credit for, it's that they are very consistent in their sound, but they're also good at coming out with fresh, new sounding stuff. I mean, they've been able to pump out freaking banger after banger for almost 30 years now. Self Destructor starts out with the signature Chevelle riff and vocals, and comes to fruition in the verse. And the vocals from Pete sound absolutely amazing. And they're very like long, like every word and phrase is pretty long and drawn out, and it's placed over a fast guitar riff and really groovy drums. And the vocals are also going up and down. They go up to where they're like squeaky high, and they drop down to the low and gritty, and it just feels so crisp. Like everything in this song, even it's very distorted, very gritty, has a raw touch to it, but at the same time has a little bit of a sparkle too. There's a good buildup going into the chorus, but it just doesn't stand out that much, especially from the verse. Like the chorus has a good hook, and it's catchy, and it's got lyrics that get stuck in your head, but at the same time, it just isn't really there. Like it's missing some energy. The breakdown comes in unexpectedly, and the music is amped up quite a bit more, and it does get some support from screaming vocals, and it segues nicely into the bridge, and then back into another breakdown, and then it leads into the final chorus, which is like the peak of the song. And I just feel like there isn't a whole lot of energy moving into it. Like I feel like the song peaks just a little bit too late, it seems like. The song finishes off with a pretty piano, which is a nice touch, and it's like they had a very simple idea for a song, and they just kept adding little bits and pieces to it here and there, making it bigger and bigger, but not making it too big. And it displays some pretty fantastic and phenomenal songwriting abilities, but at the same time, I don't know, maybe it was too simple. That's probably my only gripe with this song, is that it's just too simple maybe. Like the vocals and the production are pretty solid, and the vocals seem like they're the main focal point of the song, but that's not really a good thing either, because they become kind of old and boring and overdone, and the lyrics become pretty repetitive. Like after the first chorus, you get like this tiny little verse, and then after that it's a chorus and a bridge and a chorus, and the chorus is long enough to where it just becomes overdone after a while. And when you have a song where the music isn't really changing all that much, and then you have vocals and lyrics that become repetitive after a while, you don't really have anything else to fall back on. And in a 6-minute long song, that's kind of important. And especially since it takes so long for it to reach its peak, where the energy is like all the energy comes at the peak. I feel like it would have been better if the energy came in on the second chorus and just stayed there throughout the whole thing. So I just realized that my microphone wasn't plugged all the way in, so I apologize for the horrible audio you had to endure up to this point. But a good example of a song that they did that kind of follows the same kind of formula would be off of their very first album, Point Number 1, and the title track song, Point Number 1. It has the same kind of repetitive riff to it that doesn't have a whole lot. It's just da-da-da-da, da-da-da, over and over and over again. I guess that sounded kind of like Master Puppets, but it's very similar to that. And it goes through different stages. When you have the opening song, it's very driven and rocky. And then once it goes into Point Number 1, it just cuts down, and it's just very bare bones. And then when the chorus comes in, that's when everything's big. So I guess my problem with Self Destructor isn't that the chorus isn't big, it's probably that the verses are too big. Maybe they didn't mellow out enough in the verses. So I don't know. I feel like the energy on this song reaches its peak a little bit too late because the vocals aren't really there to help it out. The lyrics are kind of repetitive. I mean, it's a great sounding song and I want to love it, and I'm trying not to let my love for Chevelle dictate my rating on this. So with all that said, I got to give Self Destructor by Chevelle a 2.8 out of 5. I'm a pretty big fan of Chevelle. I've loved basically everything that they've done, so it pains me to not give this a extremely good rating. I mean, it's not a bad one, but it's not a 5 out of 5, and that causes me a little bit of pain. But I want to know what you guys think. If you've listened to Self Destructor, leave a comment below letting me know what you thought. If you haven't listened to it yet, I'm going to leave a link for it down in the description below. Go ahead and give it a listen and let me know what you would rate it. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give it a like, leave a request for a song or album, whatever you want me to review. And if you do that, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on that review when I upload it. Or if you just happen to like what you see here and you want to help support my channel, please feel free to subscribe. And I hope you guys all have a good rest of your day or night. Whenever you happen to be watching this, please stay safe out there, and I will talk to you guys next time.
I was trying to make it relying on